It's time to have a little conversation about quick play. And I know I've been meaning to make this video for a while because I'm curious what you guys would think. And what I want the main takeaway from this video to be is more so a question to you guys, because I'm curious and I need to get more information from you all about what your experience has been like with quick play in Overwatch 2. I think Blizzard's made some questionable policy decisions regarding leaving penalties for quick play, amongst other things, with spectator chat. But I just want to talk a little bit about the quick play experience in Overwatch 2 compared to Overwatch 1 and see how you guys are feeling about quick play. So I want to start out by talking about how great quick play was post roll queue in Overwatch 1. Quick play in Overwatch 1 really was the peak experience. They had nailed it. It was perfect, 10 out of 10. Even when the game was dying, quick play was so much fun. You got to see your borders, which looked great. The gameplay felt balanced. It felt like every role you could be a playmaker, and you never really felt, rarely did you feel overwhelmed playing quick play in Overwatch 1, especially with friends. It felt like you could play anything. Nate said and I used to queue Zarya Hog and Prime Double Shield meta, right? And we had a great time playing that. It was a ton of fun, and I feel like the quick play experience in Overwatch 1 was peak gaming in general. And you know, that might just be me, whether it be the reward with your border, feeling like you were working towards something, or just the game environment in general. It was super chill, and I loved every second of it. But in Overwatch 2, I can't quite put my finger on. I don't want to talk about the format today. I'm trying to avoid that subject as much as possible, but it might have something to do with it, with the steamrolls at least that happen. It feels like the quick play games are significantly sweatier and just way more frustrating to play. Now, the queue times are definitely a lot longer for me. Like you'll see the footage in the background at the start. I had like a 20-minute estimated tank queue. Like, I don't know what I did to my tank MMR to let that happen, but, you know, I'd have to do some research into that, because I don't know what my tank games are, but they are absolute sweat fests. And Blizzard has actually doubled down on the idea of making quick play sweatier and more competitive, which I think is a horrible idea, though I do want some kind of practice on ranked mode. If the reality is that can't exist when we already have competitive and quick play, I would prefer competitive and quick play to feel a lot more like they did in Overwatch 1 compared to now, where there actually are some ties between quick play and competitive, which should never happen. We now know for sure, and this might be because, you know, you need some Smurf protection in a free-to-play game. Sure, I guess, maybe, but quick play MMR should not affect competitive MMR and vice versa. They are fundamentally different modes with completely different rule sets. For example, attackers on escort maps in quick play always have a default advantage because of the time bank. The rule sets are very different. And, you know, the comps people play, the heroes people pick, the mindsets in general are so different that they should have absolutely zero influence on each other. And I'm not sure if one of the reasons why my quick play MMR is so ridiculous right now, at least in the solo queue, is because it takes my competitive MMR into account, because I don't play much quick play anymore, guys, and my games are crazy sweaty for some reason. I don't really know why, because in Overwatch 1 I could always play quick play and just chill and not worry about anything. Maybe that's just I can just pick DPS Doom and kind of coast. But I'm not really sure what that is. But I will say this to Blizzard: if there's any non-public information that we know about the MMR and the matchmaking being tied between the two, which I have a feeling that's what's going on. I have no proof of that, aside from the fact that I know for sure that in Overwatch 1, quick play MMR had zero effect on your competitive placements. Now, how you perform in quick play does go in, and it is a factor in your placement matches now, which is a very bad idea, and I have not seen that be a good thing a single time in my lobbies. But no, aside from that, and aside from those things, they should be separate, even though I don't think they are now. Let's look at Blizzard's mentality, right? Banning people from quick play matches after they leave a certain amount and putting a timer on whether or not you're sure you want to leave the game. Get that out of quick play, man. It's quick play. It's not meant to be serious. It's meant to be chill, and that's what made it so much fun. And it feels like now they're encouraging more and more policies that make you feel caged in when queuing quick play rather than feeling free to do what it is that you want to do. And I think that's a big mistake. Like, for example, I'm reading this dev blog right now, right? Like, leaver penalties. 1 game left, you get a warning. 2 to 3 games left, 5-minute ban. 4 to 5 games left, 20 minutes. 6 to 9 games, 4 hours. 10 plus games left, 48 hours out of your last 20 games played. So, like, if you're hard leaving games, sure, but you know what? Quick play is not competitive. right? If people want to leave games, let them leave games, especially in and this might be because the 5v5 format naturally brings way more steamrolls into the game, which could be what they were seeing and said, okay, we got to stop this. But in that case, why are we at the point where we're punishing people for quick play, even if there are more steamrolls? That's not what made quick play enjoyable. What made quick play enjoyable was that it was chill. And it feels like now all of these games are just sweat fest, and now they're punishing you for leaving, especially with all the chat bans, which I kind of talked about in the previous video, where gaming culture's gone soft, which it has. This is insane that we're banning people for cussing in chat, and we're going to get rid of spectator chat. What are we doing? We just don't want people to express themselves now, and I get it. Some people are toxic. If they're slurring, they should get banned. But guess what? We're big boys and girls. We're big people, okay? We're big people. I gotta be careful. We're big people, right? Who queue this game. And that's fine. That's fine. We're adults, okay? And there's a profanity filter in the game. So, you know, let people express themselves. It just feels like the more I play this game, the more I try to play quick play, it just feels like I'm boxed in, and it doesn't feel like you're playing towards anything. Like, bring back the borders. Bring back something. I loved my border in Overwatch 1. It looked gorgeous. It looked so good. They nailed those. You could tell there was a lot of thought and care put into the borders for Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. It's just like, well, it clearly was rushed, you know, and then that's a part of circumstance, and that's fixable, but I just cannot quite put my finger on it. To me, it feels like quick play has gotten way, way worse in this game, and I think doubling down on penalties. So let's take another step back here. If more and more people are leaving quick play games, that means that the game quality is probably lower. Something is causing these people to leave more games, right? The answer is not to then punish the player for leaving the game. The answer that we should be looking for is, how do we make match experience better so people don't want to leave the game? Because that's how you solve the problem, right? That's how you solve the problem. Now, I do have an answer for that. I think the counter swapping has made quick play miserable, because you can't really play what you want and chill in this game anymore. And I'm not going to open up that can of worms for this video, because that's not what I want to do. We all know the answer. But, you know, I don't think doubling down on this kind of philosophy is the answer to make the game feel better for most players. And again, this could just be my experience, and it might not be yours, which is why I want your all's honest feedback. Do you like quick play now? Are you satisfied with quick play? What do you think about them bringing out these bans, banning people? You should never receive a ban, ever, for leaving any amount of quick play matches. You just shouldn't. You just should not ever. That is what quick play is for. It is meant to come on and chill, and if you leave the game, it's no big deal, right? But forcing like this delay, like, listen, if I'm hitting leave the game, it's for a reason, Blizzard. If I'm trying to leave a game, I am leaving that lobby for a reason. Don't make me sit there and look at this screen counting down to 5, because I will, instead of hitting leave game, hit Alt F4. Don't care. It takes me 2 seconds, okay? We will close out the game, and I will Alt F4 faster than Usain Bolt winning the Olympic gold, okay? I will be out of there so quick, okay? So, you know, we don't need to do this delay stuff. We don't need to be banning people for quick play. You know, I think it's a big mistake to do that. And if so many people are leaving quick play games, that the answer is, okay, well, we got to start banning people for leaving quick play games. Maybe ask ourselves, okay, why are so many people leaving quick play games? What is causing people to leave? Is there anything that we can figure out? Is there anything that we can solve on the gameplay end to make sure people want to stay in the games? I think a good way to do that would be letting people play what they want to play more often and reduce counter swapping. But, you know, that's just me. But, you know, what do we think, guys? What do we think? Because I think this banning system for quick play is atrocious. I think the matchmaking has gotten tighter and tighter to try to match players of similar skill. But to be honest, and I'm not trying to give anybody grief here, it really doesn't seem like Blizzard's figured out matchmaking at all in this game, especially with how they broke queues in Season 10. And I know they're a smaller team now and they're working hard to figure it out, but it's like, man, it just doesn't seem like it's quite on the money yet. And I hope they get there. I do hope they get there, but it just seems like quick play has paid the price. And I would say the quick play experience in this game is nowhere near as fun as it was in Overwatch 1. And that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you like this quick play banning stuff? Are you a quick play warrior? What do you think? Would you prefer Overwatch 1 quick play or Overwatch 2, and why? Let me know down in the comments. This is my quick play rant video. I feel like quick play has just gotten significantly worse in this game. I used to be able to play it all the time, and now I don't even bother queuing it. So let me know what you guys think. I think quick play bans are terrible. Let's get rid of them, and I appreciate you guys watching. Loosen up SBMM2. I just want to get games. It's quick play. It doesn't matter, okay? I will see y'all next time. Take care. Peace out. Later.